endless skies. Oh, I'm living that nomad life, city to city, feeling alive. From mountain tops to ocean drives, unchained, I thrive, I thrive.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Nomads 50 Plus. My name is Chris Kalaboukis, and it's my mission to interview 1,000 digital nomads. That's right, folks, 1,000 digital nomads on what it's like to be in
Yeah,
the life and get their stories. So today we have a very
yeah.
special guest. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and tell us about tell us about how you got into the life.
Yes, this is Elham, and currently I am a digital nomad based in Barcelona. I am originally from Iran, and I came to Spain to do my PhD in business and economics. And during that time, 2 years ago, I can say, during that time, I started some freelancing in SEO and digital marketing, as I did before. And I can say I was never comfortable with the idea of a strict 9 to 5 job,
Mm.
even as a child. So I liked really freelancing. So even as a child, I think I always have dreamed about traveling the world and working in a way that gives me a bit of more freedom to decide when or where to work. Um, and I think I can say my creativity always kind of feel stronger when I can move, explore wherever I want, meet new people, and that can really inspire me to become a digital nomad. This is the reason that I am becoming a digital nomad in Spain.
Yeah, I think
So,
people forget
yeah,
how when you
yeah,
move to
yeah,
different physical places, that it really
yeah,
opens up your inspiration, right? Well, like when you're
yeah,
around different
yeah,
places and talking to different people, you get really
yeah,
inspired, right?
yeah. Really, really. I didn't think that much, but when I saw many countries, many cities in European countries, especially, I found that yes, I can learn so many things from different people, from different locations. Yeah,
So you started off that's where you started off in Iran, or did you move there to Barcelona for school?
for school. Yes, after a year. Uh, I came here 2 years ago, this time, October 2 years ago, for my PhD, and I started doing some freelancing things. And after that, I said, okay, I'm not going to stay in one place because I should tell you my story, my journey. I
Hmm.
started in a small town called Girona. It was very quiet, cozy, and full of charm, I can say. But after a time, I realized that why it's peaceful for me, but there are not a lot of professional opportunities for me in terms of business and these things, networking, because it was really, really small.
Mm.
So I decided to move to Valencia. Yeah, as I told you before, I really like to move wherever I want. I decided to move to Valencia at first for a couple of months. I was working in networking and meetup. I was participating in meetups in Valencia. I really enjoyed the weather, people, language. But here I can say after a couple of months, I decided to select Barcelona because I had more friends, more Iranian friends, a very nice startup community, and inspiring environment. I could really show myself better.
Would you say that
And now I am
is that the reason
traveling.
why you left? Sorry, is that the reason
Yeah,
why you left Barcelona,
yes,
Valencia? Was it there?
Valencia to yeah. I was alone. Typically, I was alone there, and it was not a lot of opportunity available there.
Mm.
More than Girona, but much less than Barcelona. Yes, and so I decided to come back to Barcelona, where I am a big fan of Barcelona team, so I choose Barcelona with the intent of living in Barcelona because this city was always for me as a city of fun, beauty, and yeah.
So
Uh,
that's is that your hub then? You stay mostly in Barcelona and then you go to other places, or are you planning to move from
yes, yes,
Barcelona?
yes. I was working. I was thinking that I can work, of course, live in other places while working, but I thought I need a stable place with a couple of my friends and my community to, build a longer relationship. That is the thing that I really need. In terms of also networking in businesses, participating in meetups and these things. And after that, it's one place to live and other places to work also. For example, next week I'm going to Istanbul, and after that, probably I'm going to Lisbon.
Mm.
And before that, I was in Budapest, Switzerland. Yes, every month, yes, I have planned to go to one country and live and work from there. Yes.
So how do you decide which country to go to, and how do you logistically plan it? Like, do you say, okay, next month I'm going to be in this country, and you map out, like, do you do an Airbnb, or how do you figure out how to do that?
Yes, in European countries, when you want to move to other countries, it's like you're moving in other cities. It's really easy to move
Mm.
and commute. So, for example, it really depends on the weather. In summer, I prefer to go to north of European countries like Germany, Berlin. I was there too, Budapest. I can benefit from sunny days there because it's very hard to go these kind of countries when it's cold.
Mm. If you don't like the
So
cold,
yeah,
some people like the
yeah,
cold.
yeah. That cold, not that high. I really like the mild weather, but
Well, you're Iranians.
European
You don't like the
countries,
cold. If you lived, right?
yeah, yes, Iranian cities in north of Iran are really cold,
Oh, they do get
really
cold?
cold.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Yes,
somewhere
full of
really warm.
snowy days. No, 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 no. In the center and the south of Iran, yes, it's warm and even hot. But
Mm.
in north of Iran, it's just like Russia and these things.
Is that where your village was?
Oils and
Where you came from?
cold. Tehran,
No,
yeah, the capital of
was
Iran.
it where you were, so where you came from, was it cold there, or was it warm most of the time?
When I was a child, it was cold.
Mm.
Yes, except summers. But when I grew up, it's mild weather. But in winter, I can say it's cold. It's
I
super
can
cold.
see that. I can see why you want to stay away from Northern Europe in the wintertime then.
Yes, yes, yes. So, for example, yes, I am designing these, and sometimes because I'm always exploring different websites and bloggers who are traveling the world, and I say, okay, this is the time to go to Zurich, for
Mm.
example, to see things. Yes, this is unexpected, or I'm not planning for everything. Just saying, okay, next place where I want to go, for example, Berlin, to see the things, to meet up with my friends. So I'm not going to plan it 1 month before and these things
Right.
generally, but it's really related to the weather too. So in the winter, probably I'm going to stay longer in Barcelona, even south of Spain, and also Portugal or Italy
So
or
do you
south
need
of
to do
France.
you need to learn Spanish or Portuguese to stay in those places, or can you get by with what you have?
Um, because I'm working in most of my projects are in United States and Dubai. I am working internationally. English is enough for me, and at university also PhD is completed in English in Spain.
Hmm.
It's okay for me, but when you want to have deeper conversation with local people, I think it's really helpful to know the language. Yes, you can go into them. And I am currently A2 level in Spanish, but because I really like it, I am going to learn it much deeper than this.
Mm.
Yes.
So that's why you want to
But
stay
if
in
you're,
Spain mostly.
of course, yes. But if you want to stay in one country or one city for 1 month, 2 months, no, it's not. Yes, you don't need to.
So let's talk about funding your travel. So you are what did you say you did? You're marketing. You do marketing and social
Yes,
media and
SEO,
things.
digital marketing, and business growth. Yes, in these days, even automation.
So
Yeah.
did you do that? Did you do that? Did you start doing that before you became a digital nomad?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I have been doing SEO and digital marketing for over 8 years.
Mm.
Yes, and the 4 years in leadership position in United States and Dubai. Yeah, mostly in United States.
And that's when, were you a freelancer at that time, or did you work for a company at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time?
yeah. Now, a freelancer and even full time, but it was remotely from my country in Iran. And when I came here, I just continued with that.
So you started off as a remote worker, and then you realized this is not for you. You wanted to do freelance
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what was the big
Because,
reason
for example,
why you decided to do
yeah, yeah.
freelance?
The freedom, freedom. Yes, I'm not a morning person. I'm not. I really like, for example, having a slow morning without any stress, having my breakfast.
Then you definitely don't want a
Uh,
corporate job if you want a slow
yeah,
morning.
of course I cannot. Yes, yes, you cannot. It's full of stress. You should be there at 9 o'clock. You should go on a metro or by bus, everything. It's crazy. I cannot. But for example, I'm doing my days whatever I want. Starting my day with having some music, light music,
Hmm.
and having some sun, having my breakfast, and then walking around my house. And then I start working with a peace of mind in the co-working spaces, sometimes at home, and many days in cafes and even libraries. So I am choosing my mood based on my mood. For example, today I'm going to this cafe, or tomorrow I'm going to library.
Wow, I love it. I
Yes.
love your life.
So,
You
yeah,
you have an amazing
yeah,
life.
yes. And this is, I think, the freedom is the most important thing.
So did you
Yeah.
find when you first became a digital nomad, was there anything that surprised you about the lifestyle that you didn't expect?
Yes. For example, at first, I was focusing on just the freedom it gave me. But I have encountered also some challenges there in my
Mm,
journey. Yes, for example, having Airbnbs. I, I was not aware where to book Airbnb, for example, or selecting the safer places. Sometimes I was just caring about the price and these things, and I went to some crazy places. It was not safe.
mm,
So I said, okay, just care about the place. It's better to be near to the center of the city so you can commute by walking in these things. Yes, I have encountered some from, for example, problems, some instability internet. You cannot imagine how stressful it is when a client call drops right before a presentation.
oh yeah,
And
tell me about it. That's the worst.
yes, yes, yes. And sometimes loneliness. For example, for my birthday, I was alone in Budapest.
Oh no.
I was working with my laptop. Yes, sometimes I said, okay, I really needed to have someone beside me. Yes, because
Yeah.
when you are traveling a lot, you are having so many short-term friends than
Mm,
long-term. So you can see some people, for example, in Zurich, you have never seen before, and you will never see again in the
yeah.
future. So these are
So
the challenges. Yeah.
do you have EU citizenship? Is that how you can bounce around all of Europe?
No, I am. No, no, no. I am U.S. citizenship. You
Okay.
mentioned. Oh, no, 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 no. I am just based on my digital nomad visa and my student visa here.
Oh, in Barcelona.
So,
So is that how you can? But you can stay in Europe, anywhere in Europe with your digital nomad
yes,
visa?
I can see. Yes, yes, anywhere, but they are having some restrictions. For example, less than 3 months.
Mm,
Yes, you should be. Yes, you should. I should come back here and again go. But at this time, it's never happened to me to able to stay one place more than 3 months or 2 months.
well, you don't want to stay that long
So I
anyway.
have no, of course no. In European countries, I think no. Yeah, I prefer Barcelona and Spain.
So
Yes,
let's walk through this a little bit. So you decide you're going to go to Germany or something like that. So then do you actually
yeah.
just go online and look up Airbnbs and say I want to spend a month in
Booking.com. Yes.
Berlin or whatever, booking, and then you just book it based on the reviews, or do you talk to people that you
Yes.
know, or
No. Sometimes, for example, Berlin, because I have so many friends there, I'm just consulting with them to even they have some shared, for example, rooms or something like that. But in the cities I have n no friends, I prefer to rely on the reviews and comments. And from, yes, I can say when the reviews and rates are really okay, I didn't encounter any problems up to now as a solo traveler, as a solo women traveler.
Mm.
Yes.
But those ones that
So
you
it
said
was
were a little
easy for me.
sketchy, those ones that you said that were a little sketchy, was that from Booking and or Airbnb, or how did you find those ones?
From consulting with my friends, you mean, or
Oh, no,
Booking
no.
and Airbnb? These are the two platforms I am finding my things.
Yeah, no, you said earlier that there was some that were not that nice and you had to leave.
Yes,
Did
yes,
those
yes.
come from there as
It
well?
was Booking. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. It was not Airbnb. Yes, but it was very few, a very few, yes, locations. This was my
So
first experiences. Yeah.
so so let's say you decide you want to go to Berlin for a month. So what do you do when you go there? I mean, do you just go there to work? I mean, do you see the sights? I mean, what do you do when you're traveling?
Yes, yes. Because I am working with US, so typically my works are starting from 5:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.
Yep.
in European time zone. So the morning is spending to see the sightseeing and attractions, for example, and exploring the new things, cafes and local foods, talking to people, or even participating in meetings. And then afternoon, I prefer to stay in one, for example, even libraries sometimes, co-working spaces for one day, or cafes, yes, cafes, and even sometimes in my room at the hostel.
It's funny
Yes,
that
I'm working.
in Europe the cafes tend to stay open late, but in America they do not.
Really?
Well, at least
Yes.
here where I am, everything seems to close around 3 o'clock, and I'm like, no, 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 coffee is for the evening. Cafes have to be open at
Yeah.
night.
Really?
But
Nice.
no, I know exactly what you're saying because I spent about a month and a half in Athens once a
Yeah.
year, and I have to work from 4 to midnight, right? So it's the
Yeah,
evening
yeah,
time
yeah.
frame. Don't you find it difficult though to socialize with people when you're working in the night in the evenings?
In Spain, no.
Mm.
In European, yeah, in Northern countries, yes, for example, because typically in Berlin, people are going home at 7 o'clock
That's
and
boring.
cafes are empty. Yes, everything is closed. Yes, you cannot
What?
barely see people in the streets. So, but in Barcelona and in Spain, you can find plenty of people around you till 3 a.m. So
So
it's
but how
really
can you work?
easy.
Doesn't it bother you to work while everybody else is out partying? Is that okay?
It's yes, it depends on discipline because, for example, for me, you should do these things today.
Hmm.
Whatever happens, you should do it. So no matter people are partying near you, um, there is nothing that can distract me from working because
Right,
commitment is very important for me to save my clients.
right. So
Yes.
did you
Yeah,
so
sometimes it's difficult.
I can see that. So did you when you first started, did you just you real you were funding all of your travels from your business. You didn't have a pile of money saved up from before you started. Like everything was being
Yeah, I
funded from.
had.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yes. I had nearly 1 year of my emergency fund. Yes, when I
Oh,
came
that's a good
here.
idea.
Yes, yes. Because you cannot see what will happen or visa issues. Many things will happen for you. So, I always advise to people who are working like this, have at least 6 months emergency fund.
Right.
Yes.
No, that's
Yeah.
always a good idea. And are
Yeah.
you finding that your work is easily funding your travels?
Ye- Yes, and I think it's getting better even when time um goes. I think it's getting better. For example, compared to last year, I can do more travels.
Mm.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah.
able to.
Because I have, yes, I have passion. For example, okay, I should go to, for example, for my future, I have passion to go to South Pole. So I need nearly 30,000 euros. So I have planned, long-term plan, okay, you should save these to be able to go there. So I'm chasing more clients, networking more in order to have more clients. Yes.
Nice. How do you find your clients?
Yes. Some of them from my networks when I was in Iran. I told you when I was in Iran, I was working remotely with United States.
Hmm.
And after that, yes, I had some colleagues there. We had started some business as digital marketing agency together because we had multinational people around us. And we continue to grow this business together and expand it to other markets as well, like Dubai.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
mostly become from my networks and meetings and these things.
Excellent. Wow. So that's very cool. So you have no trouble
Yeah,
funding. You have no trouble funding your travels with what you're doing, and you're basically going anywhere you want, doing anything you want. I mean, sounds like you have a
yeah,
perfect life.
yes, yes. And I want even more than this, but I am trying. I should try more. Yeah.
Try more. Try more.
Yeah.
What?
Try more to have more clients, high ticket clients, in order
Mm.
to be able to travel more. For example, I really like to go to South American countries, or Eastern countries for more than 1 month or 2 months, and you need more money.
Yeah.
Yes, in within European countries, it's easier to you to travel because you can do many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're going to South America, that's actually easier for you, your clients, right? Because you can work at the same time in the same time
Yes.
zone.
Yes. Yes. But we have some visa problems, and also it requires more money, of
Yeah.
course.
Are you finding that
Yeah.
things are getting more difficult when it comes to visas or less difficult?
My student visa was more difficult, but my digital nomad was easier because I
Mm.
was in Spain, so it was easier for me to do the paperwork and these things.
So have they changed
Yeah.
the digital nomad visa for Spain? Is it still, I mean, what are the requirements to get a digital nomad visa in Spain?
Yes, for example, you need to, for non-EU countries, you should be in European countries. For example, if you are in Iran, you need to have a visa because you are not allowed to come to Schengen countries. So you need, for example, tourist visa to come here. And also, you need to have 3 years of experience, professional experience, or you should have a degree, for example, bachelor degree, master degree, and you should work related to your, subject you have working before or having your degree. And you need to have a minimum income monthly of 2,000 and nearly 800 per month.
Hmm.
And you should have, for example, at last 20% of Spanish clients. 80% of the clients should be out of Spain country. And
Oh, what
if you
happens? What
are,
happens if that changes? What happens if you get more Spanish clients, more than 20% Spanish clients? Does that cause a problem for your visa?
yes, yes, it will, yes, seriously, it will have some problems
Wow. So
because
you really
it's
have to keep your
a strict
client
rule.
mix. You have to keep your client mix
Yes,
at that level.
yes,
Otherwise,
yes,
wow.
yes, in Spain. And for example, because if you have Spanish clients, you can have some reduction in your tax. So they are not allowing you to have more than 20% of your
Right.
income.
So it sounds like they want
Yes.
you to have most of your clients outside of the country because then that
Ah,
brings
so
more money into
yes.
Spain.
Yes,
Was it
yes, yeah.
expensive to apply for it? Did it take a long time?
No, no. If you are, for example, in Spain, it can be less than 1 month, and you just need to have for submission your visa, you need to have nearly 80 euros.
That's
And
it?
if you are for,
That's
yeah,
so
that's
cheap.
it. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. And also, if you are staying more than 6 months in Spain, you are tax residents.
Mm.
So you should tax the worldwide income. Yeah.
So, y-
And what you else you want to know? These are the rules you need to have, and
right.
that's all. Yeah, and it is easier, I think, because of I see many American people are coming here. Up to this year, nearly 80,000 people are accepted for digital nomad visa in Spain, and
Oh
they
my
are
God, that's a lot
living
of
here.
people. Are they all in
Yes, in
Barcelona?
just in just 2 years. No, many of them are in Madrid, I think, or even Valencia for reducing the cost of living.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, I can say many of them are in Barcelona.
So between when you first moved to Barcelona and today, do you find that there's a
Yeah.
lot more digital nomads now?
Yes. For example, 2 years ago, no, I didn't see many people having this visa, but for the last 6 months, I can see many people, and many people are asking me how you did that. You can help us to come with you and these things.
This should be
Yes.
another business. You
In,
could start another
in the
business consulting with digital nomads.
Yes, yes, digital nomads. Yes, people are asking many questions from me, and I'm going maybe to prepare some content for them.
Yeah, you're an expert now. You've done this already for 3 years.
Yeah,
That's something.
yes, yes, yes.
But I mean, has how has it changed the city? I mean, does it feel different now that you have all these digital nomads wandering about, or is it still
Uh,
Barcelona, still Barcelona?
Barcelona is still Barcelona for me.
Okay,
I
that's
really
good.
enjoy every second of it. Yes. Whenever I go to another city, I say, "Why you are doing this?"
Mhm.
I'm going there. I'm enjoying. I said, "Okay, we should go back." To Barcelona. Then when I reach home, I say, okay, this is my place to stay for a long time.
Right,
Yes,
right. That's great. That's fantastic. So, and then you traveled
yes,
around the rest of Europe, and then now you're thinking about South America and Asia as well. So, like Singapore,
yeah.
Malaysia, Bali, places like that.
Japan, yes, China, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's going to
And
cost a lot more,
they are
though,
really far away. Yes, yes. More
and
than
that's going to be
thousands for just flights.
and it's going to be very
Yeah,
difficult to work from there because of the time change, right?
the
The
time
time difference.
change. Yes, yes. They are ahead of United States and European countries. So
Yeah. No, I know. I have a friend of mine
I
who's a
can
graphic.
cope it. Yeah.
What's that?
Because I can cope with it. I am
Mm.
flexible. I become more flexible in these days because I am living in many cities. So it's
Yeah,
okay for me.
I can believe it. Well, I have a friend of mine
Yeah.
who's a graphic designer. He used to be live in Canada. He moved to San Francisco and Bay Area, so that's where I met him. And now he lives in Thailand, and all of his customers are in the U.S. And he does all of his work. And it's like, when do you work? And he's like, well, I work, from like midnight to 6 a.m. in the
Yeah,
morning or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. And I'm like,
6
wow,
a.m. Yes, yes, yes.
it's like
But yeah,
permanent night shift.
yes. And I like it. I think I don't like to be, we are not free. We can move whenever we want.
Exactly.
So,
I love that
yes.
philosophy. That's true. We're not.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can do whatever we
yeah,
want and move where we want. So
yeah,
you've probably
yeah.
been happier now than you've ever been in your whole life doing
Of
this life,
course,
right?
of course, of course. I am far away, far from my goals, actually, but I like it because
Mm.
I am in the direction I really liked it before in my life. Yes.
So do you ever see yourself maybe eventually settling down and staying in one place, or do you think you're going to stay a nomad for good?
Um, if I want to stay in one country, in one city, I would prefer definitely Barcelona.
Hmm.
Yes, in Spain. But for now, I just really want to go all over the world to see what will offer, what different cities and different people have to offer to me. Yes, I think I need to see many things.
Right. But you're still open to
Yes,
eventually someday settling down and going, well, maybe I'll stop here.
yes, yes, of course, of course.
Very
But
cool.
now it's not. But now I prefer to go whatever till I have, for example, healthy legs and head and hands to do everything I want to travel the world. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So let's talk a little bit about healthcare. So I don't know what their healthcare was like in Iran, but is
yeah.
the healthcare in Spain really good? I mean, have you ever had any issues with it? Have you ever had to deal with it?
Up to now, not serious problem, but yes, you can have some salute card, and you can benefit from a completely free health, uh, you know, environments and these things. You can go to many hospitals for free. And if you have something very special like dental problems and these things, you can have different kinds of um, insurance for that. But up to now, I didn't have serious problems, so the salute card was affordable for me. And also, I'm going to Iran once a year, and because it's in Iran, we have very good healthcare, and it's very good at very good affordable prices. I prefer to do many things there. One a year, I'm doing my screening checks and these things in Iran.
So is that when you go back and visit
Yeah.
your family?
Yes, every new year, in Persian calendar, at 21st of March, we have a new year.
Hmm.
Yeah, the first day of spring for us is a new year. So, always I am there up to now. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I prefer to spend time with my family. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's like vacation, right? Do you
Yes,
get time
yes,
off
yes,
when you're there, or
yes,
do you
yes.
keep working? Do you keep working when you're still there when you're there?
Of course, I keep working, but is it even more difficult time soon? Yes. But I prefer to chill with my family, yes, and my old friends.
Nice, nice. And then you sound
Yeah,
like you have a really nice routine for your mental health with the morning routines and stuff like that.
yeah, yes. You know, for the last 2 years, even more, I can say, I have a healthier lifestyle. I
Mm.
was eating a lot of junk food, fast food before that, but now I'm preferring to have more local food. I am cooking more good things because I am living with my friends here, Iranian friends, and they have a very good and healthy lifestyle. So I am cooking 2 times a day for myself.
Nice.
And yes, yes, and it's really good because in Spain, I am, yeah, most of the time I'm spending time outdoors, walking instead of metro or buses, choosing fresh local food or cooking for myself. I think it really helped my physical and mental health. And after that, I think when my life getting more stable, I try to design a more meaningful lifestyle for myself, having a very slower morning, having a bit of meditation. I am not expert in meditating, but sound like I am getting better in it and how to breathe, how to concentrate, how to listen to light and classical music and these things. Yes, I am having some application to um, practice mindfulness. This is really helped me to reduce my stress and increase my productivity. Yes.
Nice. And and the reason why you're doing this is because you're a nomad and you've been able to have the freedom to do what you want?
I think this is the byproduct of freedom.
Mm.
Yes. For example, before that, I was working 2 or 3 years of my life as an employee, and 9 o'clock, I was always in rush to do things. And when I came back home, I was really tired to cook for myself, so I prefer to have some junk food and these things. But now everything is on my own hand, and I have the freedom to choose what to do. Yes.
That's fantastic. And so,
Yeah.
did you always want to have your own business? Did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes. Yes. But I had a master. I have a master of entrepreneurship, and my thesis and PhD thesis is also related to entrepreneurship behavior and e-businesses. I think I am in love with being an entrepreneur in my life. When I was a kid, I was always asking my father that if I can do this business can do this, they can increase their profit and these things. If they can do, for example, these handcrafts and sell it in local markets. At that time, we didn't have social media and these things, so I was always thinking about my having my business in local market and these things. But after I think this ChatGPT and this AI stuff, I can say I become a company myself. I can do many things with AI tools. I have so many subscriptions for many tools, and it's really easier for anybody in the world to become a solo entrepreneur in these days. Yes, I think this lifestyle fits me a lot, and I always love that.
Yeah. So has it then? So it's been in the last 3 years when, well, obviously AI has exploded in the last 3 years. And
Yeah.
do you find that if it wasn't for AI, you wouldn't be as productive and do as well as you're doing in your business?
Yes, I think it's really helped me in order to spend less time on repetitive tasks.
Mm.
For example, I'm doing some automation things with Make and my Search Console, my Google Analytics, and I have a full report analytic on my in my email every day. And before that, I was, wasting so many time, check this tool, check that tool, but now I have all the thing in just one email, and it really uses the time I'm spending in these kind of work. So I can stay more focused on creativity, being more innovative, being more strategic in my process. So I became more creative with my projects. Yes, with lesser time. For
So
example, before that, I I spent a lot of time having, exploring so many websites, YouTube videos, and these things in order to learn one concept to create content for it. But now I have access to so many tools that really help me to structure my mind to do that in lesser time.
nice. And
Yes,
what
yeah.
tools do you use? Like what is your biggest tool? What are your most of the tools that you're using? You don't have to tell me all, just the ones you use most of the time.
Yes, ChatGPT 5,
Hmm.
Notion for managing my projects, Make for automation, Canva for designing things, my social media things, Google Sheet, Google Doc, Slack, and Zoom are my essentials, and Wise and Revolut for my payments, and
Why do you
Trello.
use both
Trello,
Wise and
yes.
Revolut? You can't do the same thing with both? What do you use Wise
Uh,
for and what do you use Revolut for?
yes, yes. In United States requires some wire number that just Wise can offer. So inside the European countries and Dubai, I'm working with Revolut, but United States just working with my Wise.
Okay.
Yes,
So you bill your clients through, you have them pay your Revolut account, the ones who are in Europe, and the ones who are in the US, you have
yes,
them pay your Wise account.
yes, Wise
Okay.
account. Yes, yes.
Smart.
Yeah,
So,
ClickUp, Airtable for different projects because I am engaging in different projects. I am using, for example, ClickUp for one of them, Airtable for one of them, and every day I am using these kind of things. And my favorite kind of tools in these days is Gamma for presentation.
hmm.
This is very nice. Yeah.
What was it called again? Sorry.
Gamma,
Gamma?
Gamma. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How do
This
you
is
spell that? How do you spell that?
amazing.
Never heard of
Yeah.
it.
GAMMA.
GAMMA. And that's for
Yes.
presentations?
Yes, presentation. In less than 1 minute, you can have the best presentation ever. And you can
Wow.
use, for example, you can send a URL in a tweet, and it will give you a very nice and beautiful and complete, yes, PDF.
Nice.
And you can
So it sounds
download it
like
in different kinds of, yes,
so it sounds like if it wasn't for all these AI tools, you'd be very, very busy and you wouldn't be as stress-free as you are now, right? It's like the
yes,
AI tools have really like
yes,
de-stressed and
yes,
improved your life.
yes. For example, one presentation I made today, it takes 2 minutes. And before that, it took me 1 day to design it with different tools, PowerPoint, Canva, and these things. And I just did it in 2 minutes with
Wow.
Gamma. Yeah, yeah,
And it looks like
yeah,
it's you spent a lot of time on it.
yeah, a lot. Yes,
I love that. That's like a
yes,
secret. That's like a secret thing I've never
yes,
heard of before.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Please, use it.
But have
You
you
will love it.
do
It,
you end up spending a
yes,
lot of money on these tools? But I guess
yeah,
you make up for it, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. I have so many subscriptions, but it works. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, if you're gonna get thousands of dollars of value from a $20 a
yes.
month subscription, why not,
Most
right?
of the
It
why
just
not?
makes
Why
yeah,
not? Yes, makes sense. Yes,
makes a lot of
because
sense.
time is the most important thing for me. Yeah.
So let's talk about Wi-Fi because that's a big problem for a lot of people. Do you ever have issues? You mentioned earlier before that you had like an upcoming meeting and your Wi-Fi was dropping. How do you find
Yes.
places that have good Wi-Fi? Like, what's your best strategy
Yeah.
for that?
Yes. In Spain, I didn't encounter any kind of problems with Wi-Fi, but for some countries, yes, they have some cafes in basements and these things. I have encountered so many problems in connectivity. But from that time, I just booking um, hostels with free Wi-Fi and also going to a cafe with free Wi-Fi. So I'm able to work with it. Of course, my phone is working well in many, many countries, but sometimes you really need Wi-Fi to be sure that you have a good and stable, yes, internet. But internet was not really my issue because I am planning, for example, if I am going to jungle, for example, it should be on Saturday and Sunday. For the rest of the week, I prefer to be in cities. And in
Mm,
cities, I have never encountered very, critical problems up to now.
no, that's good. But
Yeah, yeah.
do you usually like ask them ahead of time, like when you're booking your Airbnb in
Yes,
Germany,
yes, yes.
do you
I
go,
am
how's your
checking this.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, 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 yeah. They have some rating and reviewing about any things. I am searching for Wi-Fi and see what people say, and I'm choosing the best one. Probably a very high speed and stable Wi-Fi.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Well, do you actually do streaming? I'm assuming you do meetings, right? So you do like Zoom meetings,
Yeah,
but you also
yeah, yeah,
do you also do videos and upload videos and like large files and things like that when you're uploading?
Uh, I want to, as an introvert person, it was really difficult for me to show up in having videos of myself on these things. It's very, very difficult for me. But now I got that everything about is about online branding. So, I'm starting my social media lifestyle stack Instagram and working harder on my LinkedIn. So I am in the process of producing some tutorial for my YouTube channel. Yes.
Wait, did you say you're an introvert? I don't believe it.
Uh, yeah,
You don't seem like an introvert to me. You seem like a very extroverted person, actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of introvert. It's a new kind of personality. I am deep
Ultravert.
in
That's a new
something.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like
It's
that.
really new one. Yeah. When I really enjoy talking to someone, meeting someone, I am really extrovert. But sometimes no, I am the most person to say, okay, why she's like this? Why she's not communicating? Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I find myself introvert
I like that. I
and
like that
sometimes
term. I've never heard that term
extrovert. Yeah,
before. That's good.
it's really new extrovert. Yeah, it's really
Because I've
new.
heard
It
obviously
fits me.
extrovert, introvert, and then of course there's ambivert, which is kind of like in the middle.
Yeah,
But I've never heard of ultravert. I got to look that up.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
Because that sounds cool. I want to be an ultravert, no matter what it is. I'm going to turn myself into one of those.
Of course, yes. For example, you're enjoying someone to talk about. I am getting most talkative person in the room when I
Yeah,
enjoy the topic, enjoy the people around me. But sometimes no, I am the
yeah,
most silent person in the room.
yeah, yeah.
You cannot imagine. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about what you would say. So one of the things about the show is that we want to talk to people who've been there and done this, and they're living the life, and they're obviously very happy. Everybody I've talked to has been very happy. But if somebody is sort of sitting on the fence and thinking about doing this, and they're worried about things, what kind of advice would you give to them?
At first, I think they should take some smaller steps,
Mm,
not the bigger one. For example, at first, start small. You don't have to move across the world right away. I think you can choose working from another city for a few weeks
mm,
to test how you can handle the rhythm before you commuting fully. And this is the most important thing because so many people, for example, say, okay, you're always in a on a trip and you're working, how you're handling this. I want to be like this. They go to another city, they were fucked up about many, many things. I cannot handle this. This is crazy. I cannot live in a hospital with so many people and these things. So just try it in small steps. And I think this is a good idea to build a stable base. Just like me, for example, I have one place which is Barcelona for myself. It helps me emotionally or even logistically, because when you find some problems in other unexpected things happen to you, you always have a place to come back. And I will advise them also to have create a structure in their life, in their
mm.
daily life. For example, some people are saying, okay, you are having freedom to do whatever you want, but I have my discipline just in my schedule, just in my time, but I have it. So you cannot, for example, do everything everywhere you want without no planning, without purpose. So I think you should know how to balance your happiness and productivity. If you're not happy with a place, you can change it. For example, sometimes I prefer to book 1 week in some places and see, okay, if I have good feelings there, I will stay more. If not, I can change it. It will happen to so many people that
Mm.
they are not very comfortable with the vibe of, for example, a, a special city. And I always advise people to save at least 6 months of expenses for their as a emergency funds, and always prioritize reliable Wi-Fi.
Mm.
Everywhere they go, please make sure you have a Wi-Fi or your phone data. Yes,
Do you
as
use
well.
Starlink or anything like that?
No, no, not yet. I didn't use that. But maybe in future, going to other countries, for example, Africa or Asian countries or Middle East, maybe I need to have it, but not yet. No, no, no.
Now, would you
Yes.
recommend that somebody start their business before they started moving?
Yes, why not? Because I had all my ideas before I come here. So I had planned for a step by step of it. I was flexible to see, for example, this is not going to work. Okay, I have a plan for it, but I had it in my mind. Yes, yeah.
So it's probably
This
better
this
to
will
do that,
help
right?
people.
Because once you start your
Correct.
business and you get
Yeah,
your
but be flexible to have other plans also. Or if you see, for example, some opportunities in the environment you're living, okay, say yes, why not? Yes.
But do you have issues with working with people in the space you're in? Because there's no tax or visa implications. Because I know in the States we have these visas where you can come into the country, but you can't work, right? So do you have
Yeah,
those same kind of limitations in Europe?
for yes, for example, for a non-lucrative kind of visa, you're not allowed to work. And yes, you have some problems for a student visa. You just can work in some countries, in European countries, 20 hours a week. In Spain, you can work 30 hours.
Hmm.
Yes, these are the limitation we have for the kind of different kind of visas. Yes.
So you just have to.
Yeah,
But if you're working, see, this is the thing where it's a little bit weird because you're working
yeah,
for a client that's out of the country, but you're working
yeah,
in
yeah,
that country for a client that's out of the country. So I guess the
yeah.
question is, legally, does it is that a problem? Because you're working
And
for.
no, yeah. As a student, you should have autonomous
Mm,
kind of visa. As a self-employed, and you should pay tax nearly 100 a month every month.
right.
Yes, you should do this and say, okay, I have my own clients here. Yeah, you have different options here. But for example, as a digital nomad, you just need to have that limits a monthly revenue and pay the tax each 3 months. Yeah,
Well, speaking of
between
taxes,
90, yeah, 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 between 90% to 24% of your monthly revenue goes for tax and expenses.
wow, that sounds really high.
Yes, yes. Because of that, it's easier to come. Yeah, it's a good
That
source of revenue for governments. Yeah,
they want you they want you to come in
yeah,
because you're paying
yeah, of
such high
course. Yeah,
taxes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
It is
crazy. I
hard.
didn't realize that. But I'm assuming you're happy to pay it because you really love where you are, so you have no problem with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think freedom, and the way you really love is important than
Mm,
money itself. Money for me is not just having business or being, for example, a billionaire. Uh, it really I really need to be able to spend time on the activity I really like. To, for example, buy my time in order to read my favorite books, to be able to write things, to be able to spend time with my besties. Yes, it's not just about money.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
that. Who who wouldn't want to do that? I mean,
yeah.
that sounds like a dream life that you have
Yes,
right
because
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Dream life, simple, but simplicity is my dream, I think.
Mm,
So yeah, I'm not into kind of brands, fashion, and these things. I really like to be simple in all the time. So I am t taking easy everything. Everything comes and goes, and I'm okay with the flow. Yeah,
nice. Well, I just want to. I know we're almost out of time, but I wanted to ask a little bit about what you were saying. You said you have there's Iranian expats there as well that you hang out with. Is that
yeah, yeah,
does
yeah.
it? I'm assuming they really help to have. It really helps to have other expats from your country there that you hang out with every now and then.
Of course, of course. For the first year, I didn't see any Iranian because it was a very small town. But my second year is full-fledged with my Iranian friends that really helped me because we are joining everything together. Sometimes we are working from a cafe together, and we have some shared projects together, and we are working. And even at the beginning, we have some party together and going to meetings together. And this is really helpful for me um, to not feel alone. But typically, Barcelona, you can see a lot of people from different countries and you cannot feel lonely. Yeah. And people are really into conversation and communication with you.
Mm. Well, but
This
it
really
sounds like
helps
it.
me.
But it sounded like it really helped to sort of seek out other
Of
expats from
course.
whatever country you're
Yeah,
from, and just hang out with
sure.
them just to get
Yeah.
because they've been there
It's just
longer and
like a
they've probably.
backup. Yes. Yes. It's just like a backup. Yes. I am living with my friends, Iranian friends now. We are just cooking together, eating together, talking every night, almost every night, spending time at weekends together, and it's really helped me to overcome challenges.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. So, okay,
Yeah.
we gotta wrap it up. But if you like, would you have any last words of advice for people who are like on the fence, thinking about doing it, and just need to get over that hump?
Yeah. Beside those advice, I mm, told people that join communities, prioritize reliable Wi-Fi and these things. I think take care of your health. I think this is the most important thing that you have. If you have problem with your legs, feet, you cannot go to walkable cities. This is very important for you to be fit in your life and stay curious. I think this is very important. Stay curious about things happening, not all the things happening around you, but I mean something that we're really interested in. Keep learning is the most important thing I have ever told to my peers and my friends. Digital world is changing every day. Just pick 2 or 3 AI tools always and upgrading your skills and adding some AI automation to your work. As I am working in digital marketing, this is really important to add something as a feature to yourself in order to not to be removed in an AI era. Your replacement has, for example, a very high cost for your clients. Make it not easy to replace you, I can say. Just keep learning every day.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you
And,
so
and,
much.
and be flexible and yes, go through things with the flow. Whatever comes, it's okay. You can learn a lesson or you can enjoy your time.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. So
Yeah.
if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
My LinkedIn, I think, the best way. Yes.
LinkedIn?
And my Substack and my LinkedIn are my focus social media because I am into writing. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll put those links directly to those in the show notes. So if people want to go directly, they can go directly to those links. So thank you very much. This was fun.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for your
You have a
time.
perfect
I really
life.
enjoyed.
I love it.
Thank you. You can come here.
I've always wanted to visit
Yes.
Barcelona, so I'll look you up when we go.
Of course, you should come here.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
later.
Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm living that nomad life, city to city, feeling alive. From mountain tops to ocean drives, unchained. I thrive, I thrive. Oh, I thrive. I thrive.